So should you put, if you haven't hit a vital area, should you put pressure on both the exit and the entrance?
Yeah, well, if profuse bleeding, wherever there's bleeding, you press it. You put pressure on it. Because if you put pressure on one side, if it's a through and through, you put pressure on one side, it's just going to leak out the other. So yeah, you've got to do both sides.
Now, I have read, and this probably would apply more to females than to males, that a tampon can be used to stop bleeding. Is that correct?
You mean
Well, it's certainly what it's designed for.
Putting it in the.
Yeah, I would suspect that would work.
Well, it's an absorbent gauze-ish.
I don't tend to carry them.
Well, I know you don't, but
I don't want it. But we call that a field expediency. I don't see why it wouldn't work.
Would you want something that is that absorbent though?
Yeah, you want something that's going to absorb and swell,
Okay.
because that's going to create a good blockage for the blood. It's going to keep the blood penned up. Now, where do you not want to use it? Chest cavity. Okay, because if you do that, then the air that's leaking out of the lungs is not going to have any place to go. You're going to have to pull it out, and when you pull it out, you're going to pull all this clotted blood with it, and it's a mess.
Femoral bleed out, you said half an hour maybe? Untreated?
Yeah, these are all real ballpark figures. It depends on, within a half an hour. If somebody, but you can die within a matter of minutes from a ruptured femoral artery. Brachial artery takes a lot longer, a whole lot longer. Really, you're only going to see somebody, and I will give you a historical example, that one of the witnesses of Abraham Lincoln's assassination, a man by Henry Rathbone, I think the guy's name was, after Booth shot Lincoln, this guy was an Army major, stepped forward to try to grab Booth, and Booth pulled out a hunting knife and did the overhead stab, and he parried it with his arm, and Booth cut him from his wrist all the way down here with his big Bowie knife. And that guy, of course, when everybody came up, when all there were Army doctors in the audience, and when they got up, they went straight to the president, and nobody did anything about poor Major Rathbone, who was sitting there just blood all over the place. The guy survived. He survived all that, even though he went untreated for the better part of a couple hours. And then all they did was wrap it up, said, lie down, don't move. And the guy survived that. So, people can survive all kinds of crazy things, and then little things can kill someone dead in a matter of minutes. It's funny that way.
And you were talking about if you get shot in the abdomen, if it hits something vital, that you're not going to have a lot of time, and if it doesn't hit something vital, you'll have a lot of time. Is there a good way to differentiate? No? Just guessing.
You survive. It didn't hit anything vital. Yeah, I mean, that's just the case.
What if, as the observer or someone else, is there a way to...
There will be similar signs of shock.
Similar signs of shock, but it may... They can go into it'll probably take the same amount of time to go into shock, but when they're in shock, if you have anything vital, the shock period is not going to end. It's not going to end rapidly in death.
Mm-hmm.
You follow me?
Yep.
But there's really no way to tell. Now, that hole is anywhere in the rib cage area. That's bad news, because there's really only 4 things under the rib cage: both lungs, the heart, and the liver. Everything else is, and the upper part of the stomach. But that's nothing vital.